Welcome to the Consult Before the Cut, your go-to podcast for all things anti-aging, aesthetics, and plastic surgery. I'm Dr. Jonathan Weiler, a board-certified plastic surgeon with over 15 years of experience.
I am Taylor Besh, physician's assistant and expert injector at Weiler Plastic Surgery.
And I'm Brittany DeSherry, nurse and COO over at Rejuvime Medical. Each week, we'll dive deep into the latest trends, expert insights, and real stories from the world of beauty and wellness. So grab a seat at the consult room and let's discover the secrets of timeless beauty together. Hey everyone, welcome to the Consult Before the Cut. It is me and Doc today. We're missing our
third wheel.
I know, we're missing our lovely Taylor, but she'll be back. But today we have a friend of ours.
We have a replacement.
I'd
say a replacement.
Another expert injector
it's some big
that we
shoes
have.
to fill, yeah, but I think she can fill them.
Yeah,
Yep.
no problem at all. So we have Heather here with us today, who is another expert injector over at Weiler Plastic Surgery. So thank you, ma'am, for joining
thank y'all
us
for
today.
having me.
Okay, we're gonna talk about it. You said you juice.
Well, I just started juicing.
We were talking about this before we came on.
I'm like, wait a second. She said she makes sure you make
We're asking her
your own
what she
juice.
did for breakfast,
That's
right?
like, yeah.
And she said she had a protein shake and...
Yeah, so I took carrots, celery, turmeric, ginger, and some pears and started juicing, making my kids get healthy.
Are they drinking it?
Half of them are.
Wait. I have a feeling if I was like, Cecile, have this celery and turmeric juice, she'd be like,
Right.
hard pass.
No, they're
Hard
like,
pass,
Mom, we'll have the watermelon and the strawberry.
Yeah.
But
with some sugar
Right.
in it.
Yes. If you could just grab that Kool-Aid packet,
I
just
know.
like out.
Yeah.
Ugh,
So
man,
the
Kool-Aid.
juicing, is there a designated, like, do you have a purpose, like I hate weight loss or a certain thing, like lower my triglycerides, or are you just healthy?
just
Getting
trying
healthy?
to be healthier. But,
Okay.
you know, my oldest daughter, she plays softball in college. She came home for the summer. She had been doing it in college.
Right.
And
Oh, she's been juicing in college?
yeah, they go and buy the juices,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's amazing how healthy. So my daughter, who's a freshman, like, she's like, you know, and I picked her up from dance, and she was like, hey, I got this probiotic water. What do you think? And I'm like, well, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And then she's like, what are probiotics?
They have no clue.
You know,
They're
and
just like,
cool.
I got this really good fresh juice. Like, it's orange juice. You're
Yeah.
drinking orange juice. That's it.
One of
You
my
could-
twins, he's 10, and he's like, Mom, I need my gut health
Right.
probiotic drink.
Right.
And I'm like, okay.
Okay. But once again,
Well,
I can't wait to see these kids in 20 years.
It's a big thing. So the big squeezy, right, is around, and actually another guy started super. We have to bring him on. Super interesting guy. He is an entrepreneur. He lives out on the West Coast. He started down here. Alvin Kamara is one of his partners, and the big squeezy. It's sort of like it's been a slow burn, the juicing thing, right? Like, he doesn't do much advertising. He's got them opened up all over the place. And my kid's into it. And occasionally, like, I'll pick her up on a Saturday morning from dance.
That's because it's next door to dance.
And she's like, hey, can we stop over and get a bowl, whatever they call them?
Yeah, like the little acai bowls.
Yeah,
Playa
those are
bowls
good.
or-
Pliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
those
have
are
that.
really good there.
They're good.
Really good. Or
Very.
I'll pick up the... I have had that multiple times because you can make a little margarita out of a little spicy margarita out of
So yeah, no.
It's good. And you're healthy.
That's
There you
and
go.
it's basically health. So it's
Basically,
just
with a touch of tequila.
Just a touch.
But you know, actually, tequila. Here you go.
It's healthy.
Tequila is healthy. Tequila is one of the liquors that doesn't spike your glycemic index.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you'll notice that a lot of diabetics drink tequila.
Learning all kinds
Diabetics
of
and
things.
alcoholics.
The more you know.
No, I love
See,
tequila.
I'm the alcoholic. Josh is diabetic. We're good to go.
I am a slow sipper. So now, like, if I'm not a big drinker anymore, but I do like to drink. I used to love to drink in college and that. I'm a big partier. But I am a double tequila on the rocks, double limes, and that is my drink. I love it. And I can drink that for all night long, sipping, and do great, and no real hangover.
No.
High quality Blanco or white tequila.
I like a reposado.
Yes, I'm a little wussy.
I like a reposado. We went down like a crazy path. This was this was maybe 2 years ago, and we were just ordering tequila from Total Wine because they deliver it. And we went through about 25 different tequilas, tasting the different kind. And so all like the popular tequilas that you find, like Casamigos and Clase Azul and all that, if you taste them next to like a small batch tequila, and it's like a vanilla bomb.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
wild.
The small batch?
Wow.
Really?
No. Like all of like this mass produced stuff. They use it, but like, so we drink a lot of Ocho at the house, which is a small batch tequila, and it tastes so good. And
Really?
a ranch water. I
I'm
love
gonna
a
have to
ranch
try
water.
it. Okay.
That's what my
ranch
husband
water.
loves.
I
Really?
love a ranch water. A little soda water, lime, a little salt.
Okay.
So good.
What a great juicing story.
The way it turned as well.
And this is when you live in Louisiana.
That's
This
right.
is where
That's
it's at.
right.
We're like, how can we take a healthy juice and turn it into a mixer?
There you go.
It is.
That's it.
I love it.
But that's
I love
not
living
going to
in South
help.
Louisiana.
The amount of alcohol that we're drinking is not going to help our topic that we're talking
No,
about
it's not.
today.
Now, but before we get into it, though, we got a great topic. But tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh,
Heather.
yes.
Where are
Okay.
you from?
I am from Folsom, Louisiana.
Okay.
Let's see. I have 4 children, married. I became a nurse practitioner in 2008. Started working for a breast surgical oncologist and plastic surgeon. Got to dabble a little bit into the aesthetics and injectables, but was not able to do it full time. Was blessed with this position in 21 and been injecting ever since. Love it.
And definitely one of our premier injectors.
Thank
You had a hell of a name for yourself just in the breast cancer world before you kind of came into breast recon and oncology, and then came into our world, our more aesthetics world. You have some interesting, or had some interesting hobbies, and your husband's an interesting fellow also. Tell
Yes.
the audience a little bit about what you some of your previous. I don't know if you still do it, but what's some of your previous stuff you used to?
Definitely do not still do it, but
Age kicks in,
right. So yeah, I started barrel racing in the
Okay.
rodeos
Yeah.
in my high school years. Met my husband that way. He was a steer wrestler.
Steer wrestler.
So
Talk about a dangerous job.
I would just be like,
And
you're gonna
he
continue
is
that?
when you
Like-
meet him, he is every bit the steer
of a
wrestler.
steer wrestler.
Yeah.
He really is. He could be on Yellowstone. I mean, he really could
looks
be.
so
His name-
handsome
and his
in a
name-
cowboy hat
Right.
too.
Just-
Just
it was
a
just-
Wrangler
it-
commercial
Yeah.
at home.
His first name is
Tall, TAW.
That
Tall
checks.
the steer. I mean, like
Yes.
That checks.
Talk
Well,
about a man.
and I have to
That-
so
Tall, that checks. Like,
our kids' names are usually a fun topic as well because our oldest, she's 19, Cheyenne, which is pretty common now, but our middle daughter is Steele. She's 13, and our twin boys are Axel and Chisel. So
It's
we
a-
just went all the way down the road with the
y'all
cowboy
just,
name.
That's what y'all just you're like, we're gonna
We're gonna
start
let
with
it roll.
Cheyenne.
Look.
Wait, that was a George Strait song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's going to mess with our children.
no, but
Steele,
you and your
Axel.
husband were very successful in the arena, right?
Yeah.
He was a
So he pretty much won everything in
Yeah.
the Southeastern Circuit.
Yeah.
He really could have gone probably to the national level. He did a lot of pro rodeos as well. Yeah.
and you did a lot of pro rodeos
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
did.
It's
We
amazing.
did.
Yeah, it's
It was such a fun time.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
And I'm not trying to
And now
embarrass
our
you, but
kids,
it's
they don't ride at all.
really.
I was
No.
about to say, are the kids into it with
No.
names
They
like
don't
that?
ride at all,
You would
really?
assume.
No. Cheyenne rode a little bit right at the very beginning, and then we kind of had to pick, like, do you want to
Yeah.
do rodeos or do you want to play softball? And
Yeah.
instantly, softball.
Yeah.
So now we have softball, volleyball, and baseball, and they're all do travel.
Oh my goodness! And your daughter is collegiate athlete, correct?
Yes.
And
Yeah, she's at ULM. In Monroe.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty talented family.
So we just
Y'all
stay
just
on the
all
road.
over.
Yeah,
I was about to
it's
say.
All over.
Y'all are beautiful, talented, and interesting. You should have a reality. It's really, we need to have a reality series over there.
Just
and then with
Heather
your
and
aesthetics,
Tall,
I mean, well
just
known for
doing
your
things.
aesthetics. It's a no. We have. I always say at Weiler, we have amazing ladies that work as our injectors, and Taylor obviously is here on a weekly basis with us. We just all of our injectors are like super women. They have these. They're beautiful, they're smart, they have these amazing kids, and they have these crazy hobbies. And it's just so it's always interesting. So well, good.
Yeah. Awesome.
I love that. Well, we are so excited to have you here today.
Oh, I'm so excited as well.
I think this is going to be fun. So Taylor and I, we always joke about how we want Dr. Weiler to mess with our necks all the time. Like do stuff. Just if you
The neck.
Yeah, I was like, if you do it, we'll do like a
dreaded
show.
neck.
I'm like, we'll do like a show. I feel like necks are always. Everybody's always talking about a neck.
It is.
Yeah.
And you can have the most like gorgeous face.
Right.
But if you neglect your neck, it's like, oh.
Yeah. And I think that's so important because that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Patients come in, we always want to treat our face with Botox, lasers,
Right.
fillers. We do everything skin related to our face because that's what people see, right?
Yeah.
But then we forget about the neck. And I'm always talking to patients, hey, let's talk about your neck. And they're like, oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yes.
But it's not something that we just immediately think to treat.
No, it's like a secondary thought. I remember I called it I think I called it like Frankentox because I did the Botox on my neck and I looked like Frankenstein.
Right.
For like a hot second. But I loved it.
Yeah.
I
love
absolutely
it.
loved it. And I didn't even know, I'm going to be very honest, I didn't even know that neck filler was an option.
No.
Yeah. And it makes a huge difference.
I'm
Huge
like,
difference.
so how does that come up to where you're saying like you're talking to your patients about, necks, all that kind of stuff. What are you assessing and saying like, oh, I bet this would be a good.
When patients come in and they have a little bit of that skin laxity, I think this is really the most important part is like the consultation process.
Yes.
Because when patients are coming in, they don't like it. They know that they want to correct it, but they don't know, am I really more of a surgical consult or am I more of something you can do for me? And so me listening to what their expectations are the biggest take home point. And so I have that conversation with them and I watch them too. If they're like in the mirror going, I want it to look like this, I can't give them that.
No, you're like, girl, you're going to need to go see Dr. Weiler.
But I can get you at consult.
You're right. Yep.
But if I have a patient, like even like myself, I'm getting older and I have more of that crepey skin, that tissue that's sagging. We can definitely help to rejuvenate that.
Oh, okay. So this is more like that, like that lax.
Yeah. So talk to us
Losing a little
about
volume.
So we are kind of going to focus more on filler for the neck, but walk me through. And obviously these days, ladies come in from, 18 to 80, right?
Yeah.
So walk me through, your process with, let's call them our younger gals, right? Let's say 30 or below, right?
Right.
Walk me through your process with the middle-aged gals like myself. I'm not a gal, but let's say 40s into early 50s, and then talk to me about your older ladies, 55 plus.
Yeah.
And how do you address with your consult, like Britt was talking about? Young girl comes in and because I think you do a great job with connecting with the patient. So, how do you bring up the neck and how do you treat the neck in our young, if it's an issue in our younger patients?
Right. So in the younger patients, I really try to encourage them now with all the weight loss as well.
Yes.
And we have just that, even younger girls,
Yep.
their skin is not as plump and as, pretty as it used to be with the with the
Yep,
weight loss.
with the weight loss.
So even adding in a little Botox, adding in skincare, and the sun. We treat our face and everything with sunscreen. I'm at a ballpark every single weekend. I put my hat on,
Right.
but what
Right.
my neck.
You apply the sunscreen to your face.
I do,
But you
and
forget the neck.
and
right?
you forget the neck. You
Yep.
forget the neck, and you
Just bring
forget
it
the
down.
hands.
Yep.
Just bring it down.
Just those areas, and so
The hands. Right.
the two places that age
Yep.
show our
Show our
age,
age.
the
Show our
worst,
age.
neck and hand, right? So for the younger girls, I'm really trying to talk them into taking care of their neck, sunscreen, doing their skincare, maybe even a little Botox.
Okay.
But you can start with some neck filler in the younger generation, especially with the tech neck lines.
Tech neck.
All right.
They're
Talk to us about
constantly looking at
the
their
tech.
phone.
Yeah, talk to us about the tech neck because my son has a tech back. I feel like,
Right?
like son, sit up straight.
Just
Like,
getting one of the.
I'm always like shoulders back,
right.
shoulders back.
Shoulders back. So tell our audience. I know. I assume most people know what the tech neck is, but
Yeah, so when we're constantly looking down at our devices, it's what our kids
Yep.
do. They're
Yep.
looking at their computers.
Yep.
I think that one of the worst things that can happen is when I'm going to take a picture or something and I put my phone up and my camera's on, and I look down, I'm like, oh. But yeah, I mean, just that constantly looking down, it gives you these horizontal lines that go across. So filler is great for those.
So like I have them.
Yeah.
And I think there's two categories. Some ladies have genetically carry a little fat in their neck, which causes some of the neck creases.
Yes.
And to me, that's more of a liposuction. But the other category, like you said, is a tech neck, right? Where I always tell patients that, think of your skin like cardboard, right? The more you crease a piece of cardboard, the deeper the crease and the harder it is to get out, right?
For sure.
And that's the tech neck, right? So what do you recommend for those ladies?
We have a huge portrait of fillers that we can use in those, but those are whenever that etched in line is there, you really want to put something like a hyaluronic acid filler into those little lines.
Right.
It's going to soften the tissue. It's going to plump up the tissue and just make it look better.
Right.
Okay. That's not so much as much of a skin laxity issue.
Correct.
It's creasing
that
skin over time, along with some Botox.
Right.
It's great. In that next population of people, kind of, my age group.
And one second, when you say HA, so for our audience, may not be as familiar with the terms. What's an HA? Give us a couple brand names. Make sense?
Yeah.
Or what do you like, or what do you prefer? What's your?
So
we're not being sponsored by companies here, so we can talk about
we can
that,
talk
right?
about stuff.
Yep.
Well, we use the Juvederm products. We use the Restylane products.
Right.
For Juvederm, I love Volbella. I love Velour in those. They're soft. They're buttery. They're a silkier filler. You don't want to put something really hard or heavy there because you're actually going to see it.
Right.
That's thin
A lot of
skin.
motion in there, right?
Lots
Thin
of
skin.
motion. You want something that moves with the person. So those are my favorite. In the Restylane products, the Restylane L you can use, but I typically like the Juvederm products better.
I love a Volbella. I'm a huge fan.
I love Volbella.
I love.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love. It's a good one. I love that one. So, okay. So, like you were saying, for these,
We've got our young girls, right?
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
moving on
So
to
let's talk about
let's talk about our age.
Let's talk about
over,
our age.
I'm over 30, so I'm in that next category.
Oh, I feel like I might even be in the next category then. So for that age group, those women, they start coming in, I don't like my turkey neck.
Yep.
I don't like that little skin laxity right there. Now, like you said, if the patient comes in and they have more fullness, that is going to be more of a liposuction.
Right.
So just really knowing what I can treat the best is so important.
Right.
Definitely some skin laxity. You can use your biostimulants. You can use some of the HA there, but the biostimulants, along with another product that I like even better, is a combination of a biostimulant along with a part filler called Radiesse.
Okay.
Beautiful results.
Talk to us about what's a biostimulant. When you say that, what do you mean?
So
by
a biostimulant is a product that is going to stimulate and boost your own natural type 1 or type 3 collagen.
Okay.
So you inject it in, it grows over time, and it's going to cause that collagen and elastin to stimulate and boost over a 3-month period.
Okay. So it's the collagen. It's the buzzword.
Yeah, it's the collagen
Yes.
buzzword.
Buzzword.
And that
Everybody
would
has
be
the
a
collagen.
Sculptra? Is that
So
one of
Sculptra
them?
is a pure biostimulant. Okay, it's only going to stimulate your own type 1 collagen. I love that product. I love Sculptra, but it's not an immediate gratification. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take up to 3 months to see your final result.
Okay.
Radiesse is a little different, where you get the immediate gratification, and we all love immediate gratification, right? Because you're going to have part filler.
Yep.
You're going to see it right then and there. Then over time, that particle of the calcium hydroxyapatite particle of that Radiesse breaks down. I mean, the filler breaks down, and that part starts to stimulate type 3 collagen.
Ooh.
I know.
Very interesting.
Okay, so that's for me.
That's for you. That's
would be great.
that's for
That's
you.
for me.
Yes.
That is definitely for you. And what's your ratio when you're treating clients? Or do you talk to them about that, or get what they, because I think one of the problems is that you do Sculptra and you literally walk out the door and it's kind of gone, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, you have that Cinderella effect
Yep.
where it looks full,
Yep.
but that's just the bacteriostatic water.
Yep.
And then a
That's-
couple of days they call back. I'm like, listen, don't call in 3 days and say it's gone. It's going to look different.
Yep.
But then it takes a while.
It's just having to, do you want to wait?
You want to wait?
Do you want to
Right.
wait? Are
Right.
you okay with
Are you
waiting?
patient?
Yeah.
Are you a
I
patient
am
person
not.
or?
Right.
I am
And
not.
do you change, go back and forth? Do you mix them together? What do you
I will.
suggest?
I won't mix them together, but yeah, we could. I have that talk with patients. Some people will come in and they only want strictly biostimulants.
Right.
Okay. Well, then that'd be a great Sculptra patient.
Right.
But my preference is more of a Radiesse in the neck.
Okay.
I just find you get better results, prettier results with that.
Do you feel like people come in, and the neck is a tricky topic, because I don't know, do you feel like people come in overeducated, undereducated, with some false impressions about the neck? Because the neck is, there's a lot of, like lip filler stuff
Yes.
out there, right? And it's relatively straightforward, I think. There's obviously some, but like the neck thing is
Yeah.
it's a little bit different, a little bit weird, right?
Right.
It's not something I think there's a lot of information out there about, and there's a lot of preferences from surgeons and injectors. Do you find yourself re-educating or educating? What do you think?
Lots of education, because some people who feel like I can fix everything with a filler is truly more of a surgical consultation. But then vice versa, the undereducated, where they don't even know that they can treat the neck.
Right.
Me.
They
I
think,
didn't know that you could. I didn't
Yeah.
know you could
No, I
filler
know.
in the
Yeah.
neck. I mean, because this is not something. When we talk about fillers, and I always feel like our phones are listening, and all this kind of stuff.
I'm gonna have Radiesse all over my feed.
That's what I was like. I'm gonna have all this awesome neck filler content, but like that's not something that I see a lot on
Right.
any of the social media platforms, like neck filler. That's not something that
Right.
typically comes
and I
up.
think, and so my explanation for it is the neck is number one. It's a huge surgical realm as you get older. We'll talk about that in a third. But it's also, you've got to be a high level injector to deal with the neck.
Yeah.
And so Botox and fillers is available at every corner, at every dentist office, at every salon in the world, right? And these are typically injectors that have just a surface level understanding of what they're doing, right?
Right.
And I think people are afraid of the neck, because
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, like your everything that goes to your head is in your neck, right? Blood vessels and nerves, and people are afraid, like,
Don't mess with the neck. Like, it's okay.
like,
Right,
even
right.
my wife
Right.
is like, I'm a surgeon. I
got you.
I know what's in the neck.
We frequently forget that you're a doctor.
I do this 3 days a week. I'm a surgeon.
I do this.
But yeah, I think that I think part of the problem is undereducation, because the availability of Botox and fillers, and I'm not going to bash on a lot of these injectors, but a lot of these are surface level injectors, and they're not. I mean, you are doing this all day, every day, and you are not afraid of the neck, right? You're not
Right.
afraid of any part of the body, but
Right.
I think a lot of injectors are afraid of the neck, so they
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
talk about the neck.
Right.
They don't explain it to their patients. They don't know that these solutions are out there, and I think that's
Right.
probably, in my mind, the biggest, I don't want to say problem with the neck, but problem with patients in the neck is that they don't know, they're not told. Most injectors don't touch the neck,
Right.
right? Because
Right.
they're afraid of the neck, right?
Well, I find a lot of injectors don't touch anything beyond right here or the lips.
Yep.
I have patients all the time who come in and they're like, well, I don't like this. Well,
Right.
there's a lot we can do down
Right.
here. Oh, I've never been told that
Yep.
before. Well, if they haven't been told about this, they surely
Surely
haven't
haven't
been
been
told
told
about the
going any
neck.
further
The
down.
neck's even further.
It's even
They
further.
stop right here, like, what? Oh yeah, we can even go further.
away.
Right.
Further
That's
away.
a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, but I can understand where that fear would come from,
Yeah.
with the neck, because I don't know, like I think it's different. You have your cheeks, these, super plump cheeks,
Yeah.
and
And you can't. I mean, look, you can hurt the cheeks, but you got all you got is
You got a
skin,
lot of- you got
fat
a
pad,
lot.
and a bone. So
Yeah. Right.
you can go crazy in there.
down
you
here
know?
we're starting to talk about like little crepiness, and
Right.
it's very, which is the same, I think that under eye filler is kind of one of those like
Yeah.
things, because it's that super
Thin.
thin
You
skin,
see it all.
kinda
You
like
see
the neck.
everything.
Yeah, you see it all.
Yeah.
Right.
So I could see, where that, "Ugh, I don't want to touch that. you know?
Right.
But you got to touch. You got to
You
get.
got- you gotta
You
get
got to
in
get
that.
it.
You
gotta
got to
that.
get it, because people come in all the time. They look so good here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl,
Right.
that neck.
This is well. That's what it's
We
like.
need to address it.
It's like, ooh,
Yeah.
No,
just
you're right.
not
True.
Yeah, you have a
True.
20-year-old face,
Yes.
and a 50-year-old neck.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, something's not matching up here.
Right. Right.
Okay, so you're using that biostimulating.
Yes.
Now, our next
Category.
realm of ladies, our older ladies.
So this is the tricky ones because they want to come in and say, I just want some filler.
Right.
But most of the time, it's whenever they have so much skin laxity, they're starting to lose the bone. They'll get the bone loss here. They're truly more of a surgical consult, in my opinion.
Talk to me about, obviously it's person to person dependent, but in your mind, when you look at your chart and you see an age, when do you start put patients into that third category? Does that make sense?
I don't until I lay my eyes on them, because my mom is 79, but she looks phenomenal for 79. So if I just looked at her age and thought there was no way I would put what she looks like with her age. So it truly is more of, and I shouldn't have said earlier, like that third category, more of a surgical consult, but just more of like that skin laxity to where it is really more of a lower facelift appearance.
Just pure excess skin and laxity of skin that because of massive weight loss or because of lifestyle or just genetics or just aging, right? There's lots of different causes of it.
Right.
And
My
so
mom's going to kill me. I said, read podcast.
I don't let my wife watch the podcast.
I won't let her
know.
It's just best that our spouses don't tune in.
That's right. Your husband does watch it on occasion.
On occasion, yeah. I'm like, it's just best that they don't, see these little feed things. Go watch that. It's fine. No, and I think, these older ladies, you may have an older lady that actually has taken care of her neck, and.
What do you tell? So let's give you a scenario. A lady comes in, she's an older lady, right? And she does not want surgery. Okay, talk to me about how do you? I don't want I'm going to convince her to do surgery. What can you do for these ladies that's non-surgical? Yes. Okay. Talk to me about what's your algorithm?
Yeah. So that is the very first thing I talk about is if I feel that they're more of a surgical consult, I will say to them, would you have a consideration for surgery in the future? And if they look at me and they're like, never,
like cross-eyed, like
never
doing
happening it, then definitely we can work on with fillers, not just in the neck, but like lower face rejuvenation, cheeks, an overall appearance. You can even do some Botox in the neck itself, in the skin to help. So the very first thing, if they're like, I'm never having surgery, then we definitely can help them with fillers for sure.
It's like you won't get the same results as you would.
You're not going to get the same results.
But you can still soften it.
Right.
When you do, when patients come in for full facial balancing and stuff like that, is neck do you treat that as part of the whole, is full facial balancing from collarbone up?
For me, it is.
It is.
It is, because you want to see the whole result. You don't want to halfway do anything.
Yeah, because you said with the lower, how you can do so much to this to help the neck.
Oh, sure.
You can mess with this and it's going to help the neck. Probably.
Oh, absolutely. I tell people all the time, it's kind of like the little triangle, where you need to kind of help all three areas, and when you do that, it really pulls everything back. So if I have someone who comes in and they want full facial, I'm starting with the face first, and then I'm carrying it down to the neck last. Yeah, I want to see what can I do to help pull things back and refresh the face first. Then I'm going to address the neck.
And I know Taylor's not here, and I'm going to speak for her. She's going to be really proud of me right here. Just because you get filler in your neck does not mean that you don't have to do neck products and whatnot down here.
Oh, no, you have to do it all.
Yep.
It is a marriage.
Yes.
Just because when we talk about skincare and having a skincare regimen, bringing that skincare down, because like we said, we can put filler, we can do Botox, we can do all the things. But if you're not going home and taking care of that with
you have to
products,
and not
then
just
it's
that,
just not
your
protecting
aesthetic
your
procedures as well.
Yeah.
And the person who is going to be coming on next, we're doing something very trendy with her right now. You're going to see where it's going to be dual therapy, doing some type of aesthetic procedure where you're boosting that skin. So we're doing radio frequency micro needling, and then I'm coming after and I'm doing Radiesse. Okay. We actually did it backwards. We did Radiesse, we're going to do micro needling, and we're going to do 2 sessions of that to stimulate and boost even more collagen.
Do you do that often? Do you combine a lot of filler products with an aesthetic procedure, whether it be?
I'm starting to.
You're starting to. Okay,
I'm
good.
starting to. There's different studies out there that's really showing that when you combine these other procedures where the radio frequency is really focusing on stimulating that top layer of the skin, and then I'm focusing underneath, they're getting some
with the biostimulant.
with the biostimulant. They're getting up to 20% more collagen and elastin production with the stimulation.
Wow.
And and you're not going to get that from drinking collagen.
No.
No.
Or the collagen pills.
Yeah.
No. There was actually a study that I read that I thought was really interesting. They studied 22 patients. They injected these patients if they had mild to moderate skin laxity in their neck.
Okay.
They injected them with 2 sessions of hyperdilute Radiesse. It's where we take the Radiesse, we dilute it to what consistency we want it to be for different areas of the body and face. And they monitored these patients over a 3-month period. They brought them in clinically. They wanted to see what did they say clinically, along with they ultrasounded their skin to look for the thickness of the skin. 91% of the patients after a 3-month period were very happy with the results. They saw a huge improvement in their neck with up to 15% increase in their skin. Okay. So that goes to show you these products work.
Yes.
They really do boost and stimulate collagen.
We always talk about the thickness. You want that thick and juicy,
beautiful thick skin.
That beautiful thick
That's
skin.
what looks youthful.
It does. So Heather, this is a perfect, since you mentioned that we're going to bring a patient on, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm going to take a little break here. And so we'll bring our patient on board, bring them on set. So we want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank Weiler Plastic Surgery Group, the largest aesthetic plastic surgery group in the state of Louisiana. We cover all of South Louisiana, soon opening in Lake Charles. We've got 5 board-certified plastic surgeons that specialize in aesthetic procedures. We have multiple injectors, over 12 nurse practitioner injectors, and Visit Heather's one of our premier injectors. Lots of estheticians, right? Lots of devices. Also, Rejuvime Medical, the Louisiana's largest anti-aging wellness organization. We specialize in GLP-1s. For weight loss, in addition to just lifestyle. We also specialize in hormone optimization for both men and women and injectable aesthetics. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'm Ashley Shelley. I'm from Baton Rouge, and I've had Sculptra, Botox, and aesthetic procedures at Weiler. I realized that it was time to start taking care of my skin. There were certain concerns that I had, loss of volume in my face and the texture. I knew that I needed to do something about it. Sculptra has boosted my self-esteem and increased my confidence in my skin. I'm 40 years old, and my skin has never looked better than it does now.
So my hair had started falling out about 8 months before I saw Holly at Rejuvime. I had seen my regular doctor, and he told me everything was normal, but my hair was falling out, so I knew everything was not normal. When I went in to see Holly at Rejuvime, she gave me all the information that I needed and told me the benefits, how it would help. It's not brittle and frail anymore, and it looks much healthier. It's not just about what's going to happen today or tomorrow. It's about years forward.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We are now going to get the patient.
Yeah, get a little in depth with our patient here.
But before we get into the neck filler stuff, we have Miss Heather with us today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I live in Ponchatoula. My name is Heather Robertson. We have a big strawberry farm, John Dale's Strawberry Farm.
We're going to get into that.
And I am married to Dale Robertson. We have 4 grown adult children. They all are married and have their own children. I have 6 grandbabies,
Oh my goodness.
2 and under.
Oh,
So
man.
it is busy at my house.
It is. That's amazing.
Busy.
Okay, so all right. For those of y'all that don't know, Ponchatoula is like strawberry capital.
Yep. They have the Strawberry
Exactly.
Festival.
They have the Strawberry
Exactly.
Festival,
Yep. Yes.
everything. My husband's grandmother lived in Ponchatoula forever behind the Catholic Church.
Okay.
So like right back there, and we used to always go to her house for the Strawberry Festival. I love strawberries.
Yes.
But yeah, I got really excited.
Britt thought, so a big thing in South Louisiana is Miss Heather's
There's a pumpkin patch,
right?
But also,
Right. That's right. But we have the strawberry farm.
Yeah, you're the real Miss
We have
Heather Strawberry
30
Farm.
acres of strawberries.
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
that's a
That
huge
is
huge
yes.
strawberry farm.
Yes, it's a lot of work. We
Yeah.
have a lot.
That's what I just, the big field trip for the first grade kids, my daughter goes to school here in Baton Rouge, is the first grade field trip is the strawberry field trip.
Yeah.
And so we went strawberry picking a month or so ago. And we got, these strawberries were just like monster strawberries. So good. We had so fun, but it was precious.
Yeah, it's fun. The kids love it. They love it.
Could you just imagine? I always think about that because we have not a farm. We have a bush. We have a blackberry bush in our backyard that my youngest daughter always goes and picks.
Britt lives in the middle of the city of Baton Rouge, so typical with a bush. That's a perspective.
A bush.
We have blueberries and blackberries also.
Oh, do you?
We do that too.
Do y'all farm those also?
Yes, we have 4,000 blueberry plants, and then I would say probably about 1,000 blackberries. Yeah.
I love berries.
Berries are the best. Well, when you were talking to Heather about the juices and things, I was thinking, I'm like, I got to bring her some berries.
Juice some berries up.
I'm juicing the berry. You can have all kinds of. Her kids would appreciate that because I can promise you they're not
she's
into
gotten
the celery.
strawberries from me before. I've brought her strawberries to the office.
I'm gonna have to start coming to the Hammond office. Is it Hammond? Do you go to the Hammond office?
I do
Covington?
either Hammond or Covington.
Fantastic. I'm just gonna head down that way and let you know. Just drop some straw. I love fresh strawberries.
Awesome.
And we're still picking. Most people have stopped, but we're still picking. In fact, today when I leave, I go to the state capitol to speak on behalf of farmers, and I have strawberries in my truck that the guys picked this morning for me to take.
So they go, look at you trying to sweeten the pot.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Look, I
love a farmer.
Is your husband been in the farm? Is his family in the? Is that how you got involved?
His family started this. He works at DuPont. He's at a plant in La Place, and so me and the guys, we have 14 guys. We do all the work.
So you kind of day to day
I run the
it.
things.
Wow.
I run it.
So you're out there in the sun. You're working the crew a little bit.
I mean,
you're not picking it, but
no,
you're
I'm
out
not
there.
picking.
No, but I bet you have a
lovely
hat to cover your face.
Yeah.
I do.
See?
I do. And I do all, I go to the farmers markets and I sell a lot.
That's awesome.
And I have so many people who.
Oh,
that's okay.
Look, it's okay.
Sorry, my earpiece
No,
came
it's
out.
newfangled technology.
Look, we're trying to be fancy enough times.
I know. I'm trying to hide.
But I have so many customers who say, how does your face look that good and you're out in the sun all the time? And I just kind of put it out there. I'm like, yeah, I am out in the sun all the time, just picking away.
I absolutely love it. You're
now,
and I still look this amazing.
Now, I'm not gonna. I think we're talking about this. So you have how many children?
4.
4 children, and you have how many grandchildren?
6.
Okay, and you look amazing.
Thank you.
Under 2.
Under
6
2.
grandchildren
2 and under.
2.
Yes.
6 babies. That's amazing.
6.
That's fun. That's crazy.
It is so fun, but it's just so
it's crazy.
much.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine that.
That's
And I'm
insane.
not grandma. I'm hey.
Hey,
You're
hey.
hey,
I love
hey,
that.
hey.
I love that.
I
love
love that. I'm going strawberry picking with Hey Hey.
I'm
I
going to
love
Hey
that.
Hey's house.
I'm going to Hey Hey's house. I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yep.
And I know we are going to talk, of course, your injector, Heather, was here with us just a second ago. And you have been seeing her and getting some things done to your neck.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love her. She is the best.
Talk to us
your
about
skin looks
how did
amazing.
you end up with Heather? How did you first go into that? Just kind of talk a little bit about Heather.
I met Heather at the Hammond office. This has probably been 3 years ago. I started going to the Hammond office. Well, when they first opened the new location.
Yep.
So went there, met with her. We started playing around, doing a little Botox, a little this and that. But I completely trust we talk about things. I went in there not too long ago and I said, Heather, I do at some point in my life want a facelift. I said, but I'm not ready for it now.
Right.
I said, I think I want to be ready when I'm 55. But for right now, I said, what can we do? Because I'm starting to get the crepiness under my my neck, and you look in the mirror, and I have so much confidence, but when I see that, it's like, oh. So she come up with a little plan. We're doing the Radiesse with the Genius, and it's working out. I love it.
Well, I was about to say, your skin looks amazing.
Well, we just started doing Sculptra too, and that is, I know y'all were talking a little earlier about patience. I don't have patience either, but I do already love it.
Okay.
I do like it.
So when
that.
did you transition? So obviously, I think, had you done fillers or Botox before meeting Heather, or was that sort of
a little bit? Yeah, I had done a little bit, but not to the extent that I do it now.
Right, and then sort of meeting Heather, and then just sort of like you said,
It's just, I feel so comfortable with her. And I feel like, she's not going to overdo. She's going to do, she looks at me. She, looks at she knows, she talks to me about what I want.
Right.
So I just feel so comfortable.
Because I feel like one of the biggest fears, and you're attractive for any age, but I think one of the biggest fears of our patients, let me rephrase that, one of the biggest impediments is fear, right? And so people, you watch like the Crazy Housewives,
right?
You see this massively overdone women,
and they look scary.
And they look scary, right? And so people are like, oh my, like I have patients come in, and I think, you're in my generation, and I think our generation is starting to accept it. The younger generation is all the way in. The older generation is still fighting it, right? They're like, I just want to do surgery. I don't want to look crazy, right? And so talk to me about your sort of concerns when you first started with that. It's like, and what were you thinking, and what did you guys talk about?
I think the first concern when we first started was I didn't want to be overfilled. I didn't want to be poofy. Right. I think I told her, I said, I don't want to look swollen. I want to look snatched. Those were my exact words. And I think she got it, because that's what we do. Yeah. When I walk out, I feel snatched.
Right. No, she does a fantastic job.
Yes, she does.
She really does. And so started with some probably a little bit of Botox, started doing little fillers. You just mentioned the word Sculptra. Right? So when did that kind of come into the equation?
Sculptra, we done the first round, I guess we did it about 2 months ago, maybe 3. Okay. But I love it.
How did right at that 90 day.
Yeah. How did she talk to you about that? Like, how did it come up?
Well, she told me, she said, listen, this is something that's kind of newer that's out there. She said, it's using your own collagen. She said, because the filler, I didn't want to use too much of it because I didn't want to be round. And she said, let's try this. She said, now listen, you're not going to see, results immediately. Right. And so I said, okay, I can do it. I can do it. So we did it. But I saw results immediately. Okay. I feel like within a month, I could tell. Okay. And then I think I have an appointment coming up this week for my next round. Okay. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's it. So when you went, are you only doing Sculptra in?
Sculptra we did in the face. She did the Radiesse in my neck.
And the Radiesse in the neck. Okay,
yes,
fantastic.
That's what she did.
And how did the neck topic come up? How was that? Because
for me, it's genetics. Okay. My grandmother and my mom both have crepey skin. So that's just something that I knew I was going to have to deal with. And I started seeing it. And I told her, I said, Heather, what are we going to do about this? And she said, girl, I got you.
Fix it. Fix it.
So she did. She said, let's do this. And I think that's where you have to be comfortable with your injector to trust them to know what's best for you.
Right. Were you nervous to have your neck injected?
Because to me, the thing that hurts the least is your neck. I think that I feel it at all. I don't feel it at all.
So okay, so you go in and you and Heather start talking about your neck and everything, and you're like, okay, we're gonna do Radiesse. And I know with not only with your Radiesse, but you're doing some aesthetic treatments as well. Right. So did y'all come up with like this plan, like, okay, this is where we're going to do this, and then we're going to try this RF microneedling as well?
Exactly. We do all of the things.
And so all of the things.
I think she mentioned my daughter-in-law is Mahaley, and she is my esthetician. She does all my, so she, I'm not scared to let her and Heather work together.
Yeah.
Right.
How
did Mahaley... I always say that name wrong.
Mahaley.
Mahaley, I'm sorry.
My husband does too. He still calls her Mahalia.
That's what I was about to say. How did Mahaley bring that up or explain what the RF microneedling is to you? Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, I think she just explained it to me. It's like, it feels like little crystals, in your skin. It's just like putting little micro holes in your skin so that everything can penetrate better into your skin. And I think that's why if we do, microneedling or Genius or whatever, I think the Radiesse or whatever we put in, it kind of absorbs in your skin better, if that makes sense. That's the way I understand it.
Yeah, I think so. Yes. I mean, somewhat. So for our listeners and for you, so what Heather's doing is, so think of your skin. I tell ladies is your skin is basically 2 layers, top and bottom. Top is what you see, and bottom is the thick part that supports it. And then beneath that, you have sort of the lack of the deeper tissues of your face and neck. Does that make sense? Like the fatty tissues, like
your
connective
juicy
tissues.
tissue that
The
we talk
juicy
about,
tissue.
your little thick juicy tissue
We'll call it the
underneath.
juicy tissue, right? And so what they're doing, and which is amazing, and Heather was talking about this before you came on, is Heather is injecting a biostimulatory beneath your skin into the juicy tissues, as Britt says, and juicy. And then your daughter-in-law is taking that microneedling. And so microneedling is exactly what it sounds like. It is needles. It penetrates through that top layer of your skin and goes into the thicker bottom layer where the collagen lives. And then when it goes through, she hits a little button, or the machine hits a little activation, and it electrifies through radio frequency, which is basically like an electrical energy, into the bottom layer of skin. Bzz, zaps it up, right?
Right.
And so you're right that those little micro channels, you can infuse stuff through those little holes in your skin. But really what the beauty of the microneedling RF is that energy that goes into that deeper layer is stimulating the growth of collagen and elastin, and it's also stimulating that radius beneath it also, right?
Right.
And she said, and you were in the room when she was talking, that it shows a 20% better improvement when you combine them together.
Absolutely, because I've done microneedling before. I
Correct.
love microneedling.
Yes, microneedling is awesome.
It's amazing.
Yes, but I've done it before. But then when we did it in combination with the other, it's just another level.
It's another level. You're absolutely right. It is in my mind, it's like, I tell ladies, it's like one of our sort of 3 core things we can do to the skin. So, in terms of skin treatments, like I love a CO2 laser, which is a super aggressive laser,
Right.
which gets down to that bottom layer.
I haven't done that yet, but I want to.
It's almost everybody needs that.
I want to.
But you're doing a similar equivalent, which I tell patients is RF microneedling, right? And then there's something called soft wave, which is, we'll talk about that in a different episode. But those are, like, in my mind, the top 3 things that you can do to really tighten.
And with the microneedling and the Radiesse and the Sculptra, girl, you're getting collagen stimulation from every
that's the
corner.
goal.
Yeah,
Talk to us about the actual treatments with your daughter-in-law. Like what's the process when you go in?
Okay, so we go in usually where there's a numbing. She'll put a cream all over me, and I think I numb for maybe 30, 45 minutes. Initially, your first time that you do it, it may be just a tinge uncomfortable. But for me now, I've done it so many times, it's like a walk in the park. It's easy.
And ladies are tough.
It's easy.
If your husband was doing it, he'd be like, ah!
Exactly. Definitely. Yeah. But he compliments my skin all the time. He's like, God, what did you do? It looks so good.
awesome.
You too, sir, can get some microneedling. So I do want to, I know, like with RF microneedling and stuff like that, but when you are doing your neck injections, how is that?
It's not bad.
Is it not? Do you numb for it, or you just
no.
kinda like go? You just go.
I don't numb
go for it
the neck. No, but I don't really feel it. I don't know. Not like I do like in some parts of my face. Like if we did like cheekbones, or that's kind of a little bit cringy. But the neck, I don't feel it.
Yeah, I did. I will say I know what I did my cheeks this week, and you can hear it.
Yes,
you can
that
hear
might
it.
be what it is. The little crunching.
You can hear it, and I was like, it's very reminiscent of an epidural.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
never
Like you can hear it,
yeah.
and that's what. And I kind of feel like the same way with Botox. When I would do the Botox in my neck, it's just kind of like, okay, go ahead.
So obviously I do a lot. My facelifts awake. So my rule of thumb is.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's all right. That's all right.
I want to be out.
We do them asleep also. We do them both ways. We do them both ways. But I typically tell ladies, like, the face it's either with 2 ways to look at it. The face gets less sensitive from the brows down into your neck, or it gets more sensitive from collarbone up. So like this part of your neck is really not very sensitive.
No, I don't
really
find it is at all.
And then, jawline's not that bad. You start getting around the mouth and the nose, it gets a little bit worse.
Yes.
Around the eyes and the brow can get real sensitive through here. And we see that when we do like RF microneedling and we do our devices and things like that. So, surprisingly so, you can tolerate a lot in the neck that you probably could not tolerate around the eyes and stuff like that. So
I feel like that's what it is for me.
It's a rule of thumb, but I think it kind of applies, it works pretty well.
I just thought, I feel like the neck can kind of, I wouldn't be like, oh, because I'm a wuss. I mean, me and
Right.
Taylor talk all the time. We're like, we're wusses. It is
Right.
what it is.
Right.
Like, we'll do it to you to get to do it to easy.
I just think of the end result.
Yeah.
I walk
That's
out of
it.
here
You're
looking
like,
amazing. I can do it.
That's
That's how I feel about laser hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Visualize
And I
that
do that.
result. That's what I do all the time. I'm like, if a day's going bad, I visualize myself at the end of the day laying there in the
Just
tub,
laying
or
down.
laying in the pool, watching. Like, oh, I can get through this.
I can do it.
This. I can get through this case.
Anybody can do anything for 8 hours. It's fine. So then after, what was it like after? Did you feel puffy or anything?
No,
in your neck
I didn't feel
after?
puffy at all, and I didn't have any bruising either.
Okay.
Oh, that's
No.
great. Yeah.
So-
From either the injections or
No,
the
no
RF
bruising.
microneedling. That's amazing.
I know. That's great.
Well, and now I will say this: the very first time I did microneedling, I had a little bit of bruising,
Yeah.
but I think your skin gets tolerant toward it, and you don't. Each time it's
juicy.
less
It
and
does.
less.
Yep.
So that's what, when you talk about the 2 layers, I know we discussed this before. It's like starting to get thicker.
The bottom layer.
Thicker. Yeah.
Bottom
Sorry.
layer is getting
Sorry.
thicker.
Look.
Yeah.
There we go.
Top layer is
Starting
getting
to get
thinner. Bottom layer is getting thicker.
So it's
Yep.
like,
and your
you're
skin's
building
getting
that
more
good skin.
skin's getting more tolerant too, like you said. It I know it sounds crazy, but the more you treat your skin or abuse your skin, or because the tougher
It gets
the better
tougher.
it gets, the better it gets though also, because
Yeah.
you want that, ideally you want that top layer to turn over. You want your skin cells to turn over and get thinner on top, but thicker on the bottom.
Yeah.
That
And I feel like I
support.
have that. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, look, I know we got great lighting in here, but your skin is glistening today.
Thank you.
You
I
look
was going to
amazing.
say, it
Thank
looks
you.
amazing.
Thank you.
So you said you're scheduled to go back for
Yeah.
I
round
think
2.
we have. Heather and I were talking about it. I think I go Monday.
Okay.
Are you getting more injections, or is this just the RF?
I think we are doing Monday. I'll leave it up to them. Whatever they tell me to do,
Yeah.
I do.
Right.
But I think on Monday we're doing. I think we're doing it all. I think we're doing laser and we're doing the Radiesse. I think
Yeah.
we're doing both.
Yeah.
So
So typically you want to do 3 treatments with your RF microneedling.
This will be my second.
Second, right? And then typically they do 2 or 3 sessions of the Radiesse. It just sort of depends.
Do you use any like serums, products, or anything on your neck?
All of the products that I use on my face, I pull down
You
to
just
my neck.
pull down?
Yes.
See,
I'm
protect
loving
your
the
investment.
TNS. That's like, that's my go-to. I
That's
like it.
amazing.
I love a TNS.
I like
amazing.
Dude, well, I like the neck correct cream.
I don't know that I've used the neck.
I got
correct
a
cream.
neck correct cream. I do. I enjoy it. It's it's one of the products from Skin Medica, and I do.
I'm gonna get some.
I
when
like
go
it.
home.
I
Yeah. But no, TNS is like the bedrock.
That's my
like
favorite.
people
Yeah.
love.
It's so good.
It's a great product. It really
Yes.
is.
So good. But yes, I mean, protecting the investment, bringing that product down into the neck, treating that skin as well, it's going to help so much.
And sunscreen. Sunscreen is something that I just recently got into a lot of, is sunscreen. Sunscreens. I don't even wear makeup anymore. I just do a tinted sunscreen. That's it.
That's because, as we learned,
Well, I think
SPF all
our
day.
generation, like, we were the generation of layout.
Right,
bed.
We're
exactly.
the generation of like
Yep.
the darker, the prettier. And we're the generation of now we're paying for it.
Yeah.
Right.
And like you said, I don't think it's something like, I've got a freshman in high school and they're all about skincare.
Yeah.
They're all about facials. They're all about protective.
My girls are too. They're
Yeah.
all about and they're younger and they're all about it. But I remember when I was that age, it was like you said, tanning beds.
I mean, they're
and all
probably,
the
you've got a
things.
bunch of grandchildren. You're probably slathering those kids
Oh,
on the
yeah.
sunscreen.
Oh, yeah.
For
We
sure.
never did that on
No,
you know,
I know.
you know?
Even my dad, he was like, "Why y'all putting so much of that stuff on them kids?" Daddy, we got to.
You have to do that. Like, you have to
Gotta
do these
protect that
things.
skin.
I like.
Got some good looking babies out there.
That's what I was saying. This generation of kids is going to be. I mean, their skin is
They're
going
gonna
to
be
amazing.
superhuman. Yeah, they're gonna be
Their
amazing.
skin's
They're
going to
gonna
be
be
so
amazing.
good, so good. So I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
And we always talk about it. And just like you said earlier, we always talk about the journey with your injector, and that rapport that you have with Heather is so important because
It's very
You
important.
do get to do fun stuff. You're like, oh, I didn't even know I needed
Yeah.
radio
Uh-huh.
frequency and injection to the neck, and then you're like, oh, check this out.
Right.
And like you said earlier, like on every corner they're doing
Yeah.
it, but you
Mm-hmm.
have to have somebody that you can trust,
trust.
that you know that they know what
Right.
they're doing.
And they have access. Like Heather has access to everything. Right.
Yeah.
And that's one
Yeah.
of the important things is my Heather coming on board. Like, if there's a machine out there that works, we're going to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a bazillion charlatan machines, and there's a bazillion things you can do, and you can spend a lot of money with not a whole lot of results.
Yeah.
And so I tell patients, just focus in your energy and your time and your money, and we promise you that if you go on this journey with us, that we're going to get you to the right injectable and the right esthetician.
That's right.
And obviously you're lucky because it's your daughter.
I know.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
But it's a wonderful relationship, and that's how all of our injectors have their esthetician, and they work back and forth. Mm-hmm. Because we're all aging. It doesn't stop, right? It's like if you buy a nice car and you drive it every day, which we drive our bodies every day.
Yeah.
You've got to maintain it if you
You're
want to
gonna
stay
have to
nice.
change the oil.
You're going to have to change the oil, change the
Service.
tires. You're
Yeah.
going to have to service it a little
Service.
bit. And I think our generation realizes that, which is wonderful, which is really good. Any parting words of wisdom for someone that's watching this podcast or listening to?
I would say definitely my words of wisdom would be to find yourself somebody that you're comfortable with, and don't be afraid to do it. I mean, just do it. Just go for it.
Right.
I feel so much more confident in everything that I've done or that I'm going to do.
Right.
So I say just make yourself an appointment and go for it.
You mentioned your husband. Is he supportive of all this? And he
Oh
obviously
yes,
yeah,
yes.
It's awesome to have that.
He
Yeah.
doesn't like
Yeah.
give me limitations.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever you want to do,
Right. Right.
whatever you got to do.
Well, and I'm married, and my wife says this all the time. Like, I think for men that aren't supportive of it, like my wife always says, well, they want their girlfriend to look good, but not their wife, right? So men that are supportive of it, like that, like they want their, it's
yeah.
keeping that attraction alive and keeping that back and forth, right? With keeping yourselves young and as you're an amazingly attractive grandmother,
Oh, thank you.
right? Which they call you. What's your
Hey.
Wait, which is so funny because obviously, in my house, it's the chicken.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
the
know that till
chicken.
after.
Wait,
Is it really? What is it?
the chicken.
The chicken on
from
Moana.
Oh, I forgot. You're right.
Because my daughter has a shirt.
That kind of weird.
Yes, my girl
daughter
said that.
has a shirt.
My girl said, "Yeah, you're right. You are hey."
She has a shirt that has hey on it. I think we got it when we went to Disney World. It says oh hey, and then it has hey on it. But I'm like, that's what that reminds me of.
I didn't know that till after. After I said that's who I wanted to be.
I love it. That's a great.
I love
that's a
that.
Great,
And I love, we're huge Moana fans in
Yeah.
our house. Well, no, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I know. And look, I feel like everyone needs a hey that's like, hey,
Everyone-
just do it.
Yep.
Just do it, because I think it is so important. I do think we, like we say, fear is,
Yeah, treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
I mean,
Treat
Get over that
yourself.
fear, right?
if you feel better about the way you look, you're gonna accomplish so many things.
I know.
Just go for it.
Girl, she's going to the Capitol today.
I'm
talking
going
about
right
hey.
after I leave.
hey, going to the Capitol.
Hey, going to the Capitol and looking amazing while
That's
she's
right. With
there
a bunch
with
of strawberries to hand out.
I know.
Right? That's awesome.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today,
Thank
Heather.
y'all.
And everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe. All of our things.
Hit the button below.
All of our things, all of our platforms that we're on, and all that jazz. Please always remember to stay curious, stay informed, and remember to consult before you cut. Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.